I'm speaking with Nabh, who's the CTO of Spigit on the demo floor of the Enterprise 2.0 show. And Nabh, you were just telling me about how technology that was going to lead to robots has showed up in the enterprise in a new way. Can you tell me that again, please?
Yeah, I started to make that analogy because I wanted to prove a point about where the world is going to go when it comes to social networking. What we've seen is we've seen the blogs and wikis and all kinds of social networks, but really only now we are seeing a beginning of tools like Spigit who actually take that information, analyzes it, and extract some meaning in terms of real quantifiable data. That's what we are doing. And I was trying to make an analogy to expert systems or artificial intelligence where, you know, people started doing it and they wanted to build robots that could imitate human beings, where at a point where you could not distinguish between the two. That didn't happen, but what did happen was a lot of these technologies seeped in a lot of scientific applications and real world applications in the form of neural networks and expert system, tool-based system and so forth. And I think that's a similar thing is going to happen to the social media world, where you have the blogs and the wikis and discussion spaces and all that for today. In a few years, you're going to see a wide variety of applications that analyze that data in all kinds of different ways, where it gives you far more insight than now, where we have almost a passive discussion or collaboration that's happening right now, where there's not much of an analysis of that data. And eventually you're going to see a lot more of that, where you'll find direct answer to the questions that businesses in particular are looking for when it comes to leveraging their communities.
So there's sort of a data volume problem in a sense with everybody now doing internal blogs and wikis and everything, and you sort of see expert systems under the hood as a way of getting extra value out of all that content.
It's a form of automation, right? Let me give you an example of user reputation that we calculate. So for example, you have a large size community, you jump into the community, and over a period of time you can go through all the pieces of content that have been posted by all sorts of different users, and then you can do the mental math and figure out who you should talk to when it comes to expertise in a certain subject, or who are the people who are really spamming the system. So you can do all that manually, but it becomes increasingly difficult to do that when you apply it to a larger and larger masses. So what we are trying to do is, instead of doing it manually, we are trying to automate it in some fashion. We are trying to create a trust or a reputation level for each user in the community based on their track record. So you can look at the reputation index and say, hey, I'm very new to this community, but already I can figure out who I should focus on.
Great. Thank you very much.